Virgo, hi. Welcome to the general love readings today. Um, if they resonate for you, just to let you know, I am doing an extended and the information for that is in the box below. It won't resonate for everyone because it's a general love reading, but as I say, if it resonates for you, I would, recommend you go there. Also, I'm now open for personal readings, and the information for that is also in the box below. All right, let's get started, Virgo. So as you know, general love reading that I do is sometimes about romance, sometimes about other areas of your life, but always related to kind of the creative and the love side of you. Well, unless the universe intervenes and wants you to know something different, so that could happen too. All right, so we'll just trust the universe here as we see what it's bringing you today. Also to let you know that once again the cards are not gender based, so the masculine feminine energy that's in the cards makes them interchangeable. So the King of Wands can be the Queen, can be a female, or the Queen of Wands could be masculine or be a male gender wise, but it's about the divine energies that are in all of us. Okay. All right, Virgo. Now this is interesting. I just drew. So this is the card that's the guide from the universe, and we've got the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is kind of like, and then the Two of Wands. So kind of like leaving the battleground and picking up your swords and moving on to a different place, and maybe not using those swords for a new battle. But so leaving the battleground behind, okay? And what you learned, so the swords can be like, the information or the intellectual information that you are taking with you from that battle. And then the Two of Wands, I drew it as a, as a card on that, and it is giving you more information and telling. So it's kind of like giving you a glimpse into your future now that you've left the battleground, okay? Does that make sense? All right. So then we've got the Two of Swords above you in a place that influences you. I'm just going to draw a clarifier on that for you. And we've got the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords has kind of given you some time over the past to consider, when you come out of this period where, new information or new kind of opportunities of thought that have come into you. And with the Two of Swords with you right now, it's still difficult for you to make decisions and choices because you're still in a place of receiving, as you're kind of still in that hibernation period of withholding movement and still trying to get clear, and therefore not able to make decisions yet, even though you feel like over me now is looming this time when I have to start making some decisions and some choices. Okay, so maybe not the timing to do that. Maybe more stuff's going to show, and that's what I'm saying in the Two of Wands, is that not everything is going to be obvious at this point. There's still more coming that will shed clarity before you have to start coming to conclusions and saying, okay, this is the decision I'm making around this. You got the Four of Pentacles in the past, recent past, which kind of goes along with that. So I kind of see like you're holding status quo right now. You're hanging on to keeping your feet on the ground, not taking risks, not making any commitments or movements yet into the future, even though you've got the Ace of Cups on you now and the Six of Pentacles. So the Ace of Cups is kind of a readiment for new love, a new heart-based energy to be kind of flowing out of you, because the Ace of Cups is the universe filling your cup again, being ready to share and like overflow with that kind of love energy. And the Six of Pentacles is being able to share that now with the people around you that you feel can benefit from it. So whether it's family or colleagues or the world period, being able to share that love energy again after this period of hibernation, after walking off the battlefield. Okay, does that make sense? And at the base, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. So there's new opportunities coming your way. This is a universe card when it's an ace, and it's being new opportunities for more knowledge. You've got the King of Pentacles showing up here. Let's see. And we've got the Judgment card. So still being in that place of non-action, but as the Four of Pentacles shows, building your sense of having your feet on the ground and being able to take advantage of new opportunities for abundance and knowledge as it shows itself as we move into spring. These cards are moving way more into spring, whereas this one, the Judgment card, the swords up here are still kind of in the, and I'm using these words, I know we are moving into spring, but it's not necessarily a time frame, although in this case it could be, but moving more into a kind of lighter time of life and a more harvesting time rather than a hibernation time, okay? Moving into your near future, I see the Three of Cups, and I'm going to draw on that, the King of Wands and the King of Swords. So a mixture between the masculine and feminine energies is showing up here. So kind of the feminine energy being able to sense the bonding that that you might feel with the feminine energies around you. Okay, it's a. I'm trying to put this into words here. Okay, we've got the Knight of Swords showing up there too. So before you begin to make moves, because remember I said here is like not time to make moves yet, and yet now it's moving up as we move into the near future, time to make moves. So kind of drawing on the feminine energy within you that you share and that you felt when you were, possibly younger, and an idealistic energy, okay? And then using the wisdom of the King of Wands, the clarity and sort of discernment of the King of Swords, and then the Knight of Swords, the action of the Knight of Swords. So kind of putting the energies together here. So how can I make my ideals and what I believed in and what I kind of on my feminine side mix with my desire to be on my path, use discernment, use truth with the swords, and be able to take action in a more, kind of not forceful, but more assertive way. Okay, so that's what I see here in the near future. Ruled by, and also moved into the sun, so getting the clarity and the support of the universe, feeling it's there with you as you're moving on this path. So really drawing on the different forces that are available to you is what I see, and using that in a way to learn from all of these potential embodied experienced parts of you, right, as you move forward, and trying to put it all together, because you got the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords is like, oh man, this is really overwhelming, like all is really using the wands and the swords, but I don't see any cups here, so not yet being motivated where this Ace of Cups is showing to come into your life, and causing a bit of anxiety here. Too much thinking, too much planning, too much, relying on those kinds of energies. I mean, you do have the Three of Cups here, this, but it's really overwhelmed by kind of the masculine energies, the divine male energies that are here in terms of trying to sort this out and figure it out and think it and plan it and use my wisdom, use my experience, use my discernment, blah, 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 rather than looking at this cups here where at one point you felt connected to the universe and you kind of moved in its flow, and wanting to feel and longing to feel and moving towards feeling kind of the warmth of the sun there again, and not so much kind of critical thinking going on. Because the critical thinking, as you've got showing up here with the Nine of Swords, is really overwhelming for you right now. But you've got the Eight of Pentacles here too, so beginning to find ways of moving more into the light and the sun and less into the critical mind. And how you're doing that in the subconscious, you've got the Three of Pentacles, so kind of finding places where you are in, working or building a team where you're not having to deal with all of the, the stuff that's showing up here as you left the battlefield and now moved into this part. Looking for a team of people that you feel connected to, like you did, as I say, when you were, kind of an ideal youth, where you just really trusted the universe, and it was so much different then. And so finding people that you can move back into that with, where you feel like you don't have to do all of the hard thinking, blah, blah, blah work, but being more in the flow, okay? And finding people that feel that way too and think that way. And that's in your subconscious. We've got the Hermit there. So kind of like, trying to light up the path towards that. Because remember I said the laws of attraction right before, we've talked about that in the past. And so lighting up the path and doing your work inside to bring you to trusting, the illumination, and trusting that the sun will take you into abundance on that ride, and it's not necessary to constantly be figuring it all out. And then you got the Ten of Cups in your environment, and then I see the Page of Wands. So happiness is there for you. It is around you. It is in the world for you. And it's kind of like, take your time. You got the Page of Wands. Guard your position. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Don't feel like you have to get it all done right now and think it through and blah, 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 because it's just going to cause a lot of anxiety for you. But moving more towards people, as I said, that are on the same kind of wavelength as you, and using that to light up the path and follow, the sun that's showing the clarity in, that, and not dark thinking, okay? In a position of what you want is the Queen of Cups. It's kind of like, you really want to be more in touch with the nurturing and other nurturing in the universe, for you, and not just the constant, because as I said, you've got the Ace of Cups on you now, so moving towards the Queen of Cups, and that could be towards yourself, and then the laws of attraction, bringing more nurturing into your life. Then we've got the Five of Pentacles, as the outcome. So kind of really feeling as you lighten up the path and looking for people that you feel connected to in terms of your values and your integrity and your belief systems, and not feeling like you're just wandering out there in the cold, even though you kind of sense it, that there's got to be more there for me, and knowing that. And as I say, with the Ace of Cups overflowing now, it seems like you're really wanting to move more and more towards that, and more towards light with the sun there. And the Two of Wands showing up. All right, I'm just going to draw an oracle and see what we have here. So we have the Raven. So this is magic, coincidence, and synchronistic events. Okay, so trusting, as I say, the Hermit is lighting up the path, guiding you towards the people or the beings, as the Three of Pentacles, that you don't feel at odds with. You don't feel like, because don't forget, as I said, in your environment, the Ten of Cups is there. Happiness is there for you on a heart level, on a creative level. But it's just taking your time and kind of finding a way to move towards that. And that's what this is saying. It's like, trust the magic again that when, at one point you were in touch with, and you were in touch with how things just appeared, and you didn't have to figure everything out and think so hard and, and all that kind of stuff, okay? And by doing that, feeling like you're just kind of wandering out in the cold and not finding what you're feeling connected to. Okay, so I'm going to, if this does resonate for you, I will elaborate on, the outcome card, the Five of Pentacles, and see where that is taking you more along the lines of your future, and take a look at what is in your environment with this Ten of Cups and the Page of Wands waiting. And we'll draw some more oracle cards. So I hope this was helpful for you, Virgo, and I might see you then in the extended. If not, have a great week.